In today's news, VI benefits from executive-level oil spill training, investigation of a former speaker linked to suspicion of abuse of power, claims WILLOCK, and a third consecutive victory for the ABLP in Antigua and Barbuda election. We have the details of this and so much more. You're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4 EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right. That's out.
That's 6.
That's out.
With worldwide medical coverage and affordable premiums, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works. Welcome everybody. It is Thursday, January 19th, 2023. Happy Thursday to each and every one of you. Welcome to this edition of 284 News, bringing you the latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands, as well as much regional and international news. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to begin on the local scene. Former Speaker of the House of Assembly here in the Virgin Islands, Julian WILLOCK, has alleged that his recent probe on suspicion of human trafficking is linked to suspicions that he abused his authority while serving as Speaker of the House of Assembly. More on this report.
WILLOCK made a claim while appearing as a guest on Tola Radio's Reggae 360 on Wednesday, January 18th. In a statement sent to the media last week, WILLOCK confirmed that he was detained and released without charges after being investigated on suspicion of human trafficking for visa waivers he obtained over the years. Speaking on the subject, WILLOCK said he has been obtaining visa waivers years prior to his appointment as Speaker.
Say that it was way back since 2014 that we were receiving visa waivers under the policy, whether it was for friends of mine in transit in the BVI, whether it was people coming in for a short term associated with my company, whether it was friends of mine coming to spend some time, whatever it was, we have been receiving visa waivers from 2014 up until 2022. And it had nothing to do with me being Speaker, no abuse of power, because I was getting visa waivers even before I was the Speaker. So to even suggest that I was using my power as Speaker to get some special privilege. And the policy on visa waiver is clear. There's an outline of how one obtains a visa waiver. So it's not anything that you just go willy-nilly and just get a visa waiver.
WILLOCK also revealed that it was alleged that he only received the visa waivers during his tenure as Speaker because of his parliamentary position.
That's one of the things they were trying to suggest, that I only got these visa waivers because I was a Speaker. I don't know what special power I have as the Speaker, as the Speaker, to get visa waivers. The fact of the matter is, I believe, looking back, we got our first visa waiver under Elton George's. I think it was a friend of mine who was coming from a country that needed visa, and they wanted to be in transit through the BVI. I think they were on their way to Antigua, and I applied for a visa waiver for them so they could be in transit and spend some time with me. So we've been getting a visa waiver over the years for different reasons.
The former Speaker said the probe is part of a wider plot by the United Kingdom government, adding that the people of the territory can see through the scheme.
But the Virgin Islands are fully awake. They see what's going on. They see the plot to destabilize the country. They see the plot to go after those who are fighting for their freedom. But I will leave that there. Oh.
Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
Thank you, Kamal, for that report. Continuing on, local BVI athletes opened the track and field season with a number of solid performances for their respective colleges in the United States over the weekend. Our Kamal Haynes has this report.
Representing Montverde Academy, star athlete Adeja Hodge in the first indoor event stormed to victory in the 55-meter sprint with a time of 6.90 seconds. While Hodge returned in the 60-meter event to place second with a time of 7.24 seconds, marking the second fastest all-time BVI indoor mark behind retired local athlete Tahisha Harrigan Scott's 7.09 seconds from 2008. Also making the BVI proud for the University of South Florida was freshman Jaleel Kroll, who after running 6.79 seconds in his 60-meter collegiate prelims debut, returned with a 6.74 second time to tie his school's record and to win the Jimmy Carnes Invitation in Gainesville. For New Mexico Junior College, freshman Kaiba Dawson won his 200-meter heat in his indoor debut in 21.84 seconds. But that time was the 13th best clocked at the indoor Texas Tech Corky Classic. Dawson also performed his field event, cutting the sand with 7.44 meter leap to place second. Meanwhile, Northwestern State's Jaimon Gums opened up his shot put season with a winning putt of 17.44 meters at the indoor Texas Tech Corky Classic, while his twin brother Diamante tossed 16.08 meters to place 8th, and in weight throw he heaved 16.82 meters to finish 9th. Well, in more track news, local Josh Hill ran a personal best time of 47.70 seconds in the 400 meters to place 4th for his University of Texas at El Paso Miners. For the Northern Iowa Area Community College, Bruce Higgins placed 3rd in his 60-meter preliminary race with 7.33 seconds. While also competing in the first event of the season was North Dakota State's Akila McMaster, who ran 26.31 seconds in the 200-meter event. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
We here at 284 Media want to take this opportunity to wish all of our BVI athletes abroad who continue to excel and make us proud the very best. We support you here on the home front. Viewers, up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man, take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Freeze. Choose your mix, choose your flavor.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. You're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. 20 high-level public officers participated in the Level 3 oil spill response training designed to improve the coordination, management, and planning of response to these events. Now, Acting Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor, Mr. Joseph Smith Abbott, said the training was valuable for leaders in the public service who have the responsibility to ensure that oil spills within the territory receive a well-balanced response. In addition to that, Mr. Smith said, and I quote, "Oil spills are unique in that they require us to plan responses that swiftly protect the territory's natural resources, safeguard our first responders, and investigate the scene in case there is a need for criminal prosecution, all at the same time." Now, in addition to his comments, Director of Disaster Management Jason Penn said the executive level training is the decision makers who must ensure effective and harmonious response among responders, of course, and from other government agencies, as well as well-organized non-governmental organizations, as well as the private sector. Mr. Penn said it also helps the territory to achieve compliance with the International Maritime Organization's International Convention and Oil Population Preparedness Response Incorporation. Penn added that the training complements the 2021 vision of the National Oil Spill Contingency Plan. He said, and I quote, "As technology and best practices change, it's imperative for us as a territory to improve the capacity to respond to incidents, as well as the Director of Officers, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor, and the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, Virgin Islands Shipping Registry, BVI Ports Authority, and Virgin Islands Fire and Rescue Service, and of course, the Department of Disaster Management participated in the 4-day virtual training session. This session was organized by the Department of Disaster Management as part of its annual training program with financial support from the United Kingdom Maritime and Coast Guard Agency through the Conflict Stability and Security Fund. Now, this was provided by the ANPR response and conforms to the requirements of the International Maritime Organization. Of course, Level 1 and Level 2 training sessions for persons who respond directly to oil spill incidents are scheduled to follow in the coming month of February. Now, residents who suspect an oil spill has occurred or is occurring should report it to the Virgin Islands Fire and Rescue Service by calling 911 or, of course, 999. Of course, we are continuing on local news within the matter of education. Some 28 principals and teachers began their 9-month leadership course with H. Lively Style Community College Institute of Education. In that collaboration with the Ministry of Education, BVI teachers in leadership, particularly principals and senior teachers throughout the public and private primary and secondary school sectors, began a very number of series of events which they partnered with the Director of Education at the H. Lively Style Community College, Mrs. Sandy Harrigan Underhill. Now, topics to be covered include, but are not limited to, of course, the adjusting to the role of being a principal, leading with emotional, intelligent, leading positive behavior management, leading special education management, leading, of course, stakeholder relations and leadership accountability. For anyone who may be interested within the education sector in that program, you are asked to contact the Vision, of course, that's contact Dr. Sandy Underhill, the Institute, and more so important, the Institute of Education within the H. Lively Stock Community College says their vision, viewers, is, of course, to be the center of facilitation for the education sector in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. Viewers, when we return, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Welcome to the 103rd season of the NFL!
It's that time for the NFL playoffs every weekend with CCT Live, showing every game on CBS, NBC, ABC, and ESPN, including the Super Bowl. Sign up for CCT Live today.
There's no game like this game!
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and ask about a 1-month free trial to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
It feels good.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on popular.
That's out. That's 6. That's out.
With worldwide medical coverage and affordable premiums, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on popular.
Viewers, welcome back and thank you so much for sticking with us. You're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Panning across the region, the Gaston Brown-led Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party has regained power for another term after narrowly scraping a victory in the country's January 18th general election this week. Now, the party will proceed into its third consecutive term in office as a result. At the end of the counting, the ABLP had claimed 9 seats, a significant drop from its former stronghold of 15 of 17 available seats in the House of Assembly, signifying increasing support for their opponents. And although the United Progressive Party fell short of a victory, they did manage to take over several seats from the ABLP and walk away with some 6 seats in the new House of Assembly in Antigua. Additionally, 1 seat was retained by the Barbuda People's Movement and another was won by independent candidate for St. Peter, Assault Michael, who is a former member of the ABLP, who was reportedly ousted amid a bitter fallout with the leadership of the party. Prime Minister Gaston Brown secured his seat in St. John's City West for the 5th consecutive time, securing over 500 votes, leading, of course, the UPP competitor Alistair Thomas. Brown has yet to lose a single election in the seat since throwing his hat into the ring since 1999, and Brown welcomed the slim victory as an opportunity to welcome new talent into the ABLP.
It will give my institution, my government, the opportunity to realign, but at the same time, it will also create the opportunity for fresh talent. Truth be told, whenever you try to remove incumbents, it's always very difficult. So when you remove incumbents, then it creates a space so we can bring in new talent into the organization, new talent into the government. So we do not see this as a bad thing per se, we see it as an opportunity at the same time. However, I want to thank those, my colleagues who would have served this country well during the last 8.5 years, and of course we'll continue to stand by them. So we will not leave them out in the cold. But at the same time, I'm saying what may be considered to be a disappointment could create the opportunity for renewal.
We do extend our hearty congratulations to the people of Antigua and Barbuda for a safe election process. Over in St. Thomas, USVI, Governor Albert Bryan on Wednesday signed into law the Virgin Islands Cannabis Use Act, which allows for the legal use by adults of marijuana for recreational, medicinal, and other purposes. It also allowed for the legal distribution of the drug in the United States Virgin Islands. Now, viewers, the Bryan administration says the new law provides additional economic opportunities, of course, for the Virgin Islands and creates additional revenue for the government of the Virgin Islands. The act also is said to improve upon Governor Bryan's original proposal with the inclusion of a very robust social equity program and expansion of the expungement opportunities for marijuana-related arrests and convictions with the Act 8697. According to Government House, during a signing ceremony, the measure passed by the 34th legislature, Mr. Bryan also issued a proclamation that allows persons convicted of simple possession of marijuana to apply for a pardon through the Virgin Islands Department of Justice. In an official quote, the Bryan administration said, "From the beginning of the Brian Roche administration, we have worked towards the legislation of the adult use of cannabis, and today, with the hard work of the members of the 34th legislature and prior legislators and the efforts of my team, we are finally here and finally signing into law the Virgin Islands Cannabis Use Act," Governor Bryan said. Now, he continued by saying that this act incorporates key aspects of his original proposal, such as one streamlined regulatory scheme for both medicinal and adult use, enforcement powers of the Office of Cannabis Regulation, entrepreneurship, and job opportunities for Virgin Islanders and residents, and the creation of a revenue stream to help fund critical government initiatives and operations. The governor thanked Senator Donna Fred Gregory, the president of the 34th legislature, for bringing key stakeholders together to travel to Denver, Colorado to learn about the cannabis industry firsthand, according to Government House. Now, Senator Janelle Saru, who vied for the prestigious role of lieutenant governor, held authorship over the measure. However, the final bill was legislation that included input from several sources, including the Bryan administration and other senators. By traveling, they said, to Denver and meeting with and speaking with individuals involved in all aspects of the individual industry, from regulators to law enforcement officers to cultivators, manufacturers, and dispensary owners, it is my hope, he said, that the individuals involved with the rollout of this industry have learned best practices and what to avoid as we work to create the industry here in the Virgin Islands. Now, according to Government House, the governor urged all Virgin Islanders to act now to seize the opportunity available under the act, and said the office of the governor, with funding appropriated by the 34th legislature, and of course working with various departments and agencies both public and private, and agencies, will work towards automatic expungement of the simple possession of marijuana to those who are eligible, and provide entrepreneurship and job training to the community, to those who seek a role in this new industry. He said, "We are bringing the opportunities to you But you must also do your part to seize the opportunity. It is my goal to make sure many of us who have been negatively impacted by the criminalization of cannabis are afforded every single opportunity to participate in this new and legal cannabis industry, Governor Bryant said. Now, viewers, it's important to know that as of 2020, more than 7 million people have been arrested for marijuana violations, and that number, millions, have been convicted of simple possession, which oftentimes affects one's ability to obtain funding for education, secure public housing, and of course, most importantly, to obtain employment, according to this administration. Those arrests and convictions for simple possession have disproportionately affected people of color specifically. On October 6, 2022, President Joe Biden pardoned federal convictions for simple possession for all United States citizens and lawful permanent residents, taking a major step to reform cannabis policy and to restore justice to those negatively impacted by the criminalization of the use of marijuana. This is quite big news coming out of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and of course, we wish our brothers and sisters, our residents over in the U.S. Virgin Islands, the very best as they continue to enact their laws. Governor Bryant said, "Today, I proclaim that all criminal convictions for the simple possession of marijuana under the Virgin Islands Code are fully and completely pardoned. My office estimates that approximately some 300 individuals have been convicted of the simple possession of marijuana within the last 20 years. That is extremely important to mention, and I'll repeat that. Some 300 persons have been convicted of the simple possession of marijuana in the last 20 years. Now, individuals who have been convicted of the simple possession of marijuana should contact the Department of Justice over in the U.S. Virgin Islands to obtain a pardon application, complete the application, and return the completed application to the Department of Justice to ensure that they receive their pardon." Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. I want to thank you so much for joining us here at 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news right here on 284 Media here in Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Do have a beautiful rest of the day, a happy Thursday. I'm Ron Grant reporting for 284 News. Bye-bye.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Freeze. Choose your mix. Choose your flavor.
Yo, everything good, Dad? Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watch him bar.